And we're live on YouTube. Awesome. Can't wait for this one. It's going to be really awesome. There's my notification coming through that we are now live.
Excellent.
Welcome to all you people. I think there's at least 6 of you sitting there waiting for us. Welcome along.
Cool. Thank you for joining.
Joining us tonight, we also have Colin, a long-time IP member and also a member of the policy committee.
Yes, good evening all.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, Colin. Colin is the meetup captain for our Auckland meetup group. That's correct, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So, and has been for quite some time. So it's really cool for him to join us. I know that Bill, our ground team manager, came and hung out with you last week and had a lot of good things to say about you guys. So it's awesome to have you here.
It's always nice to hear.
So today we will start off where we left off yesterday. So the ongoing theme is that we've been talking on the stream about what we're going to build. And then we have been building it and releasing it straight away on the following day's stream. So the stream before last, we talked about the international page, and then yesterday we launched the international page on the stream. Yesterday at the end of our stream, we talked about the needs page that we were setting up. And sure enough, we've gone ahead and built that. And so today we'll be releasing that so that you guys can see it. Joe, I assume that it got sent through to you. I saw it come through this morning and it's looking really amazing. So we'll have a look at that.
Yeah, I've got it.
Cool, awesome. And what else are we going to cover off today? Any other ideas? The weekend and the rugby is going on and a lot of people are doing other things. So it's okay, we'll probably just keep it short today, but we'll just show you the progress and just talk about what the next steps are.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, I can't start my video again. It's just tragic.
I'm happy to screen share it and talk through it if you want, Joe. That's no problem.
Yeah, cool.
Because I have it right here.
If you can, request that I send video. It seems when I turn it off, I lose the privilege.
Okay. So the idea of the needs page is to give you guys a bunch of actions that you can take and things that you can do in ways that you can contribute to the success of this campaign, and to lay it out really neatly and really transparently, and to keep the barrier really low, obviously. So it's things you can do in a few seconds or a few minutes, and also you can get more involved if you want to, if you're willing to. So I will just screen share and show you what has been built. So this page is not yet up on the live site. So you guys are the first to see this. We'll probably make a few refinements and then we'll put it up live. So we have the Internet Party needs page, which you should be able to see right now. From a simple follow, like, or share to really mucking in and getting your hands dirty, there are countless ways that you can contribute to this campaign. So we've broken it down, as we discussed yesterday that we wanted to, into the different areas of the campaign, so that people can get involved with whatever matches up with their skill sets or with what they're really interested in doing. So step one is social, what you can do on social media to help us. So step one, get connected. Simply follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Instagram is the first step to helping us with social. Step two, amplify our posts. So we have pretty big followings, but because we were dormant for some time, particularly on the Facebook page, although we have like 31,000 likes or something on our Facebook page, we are really struggling for Facebook to show people our content. And the only way to fix that is for people to engage with the content. So going to our Twitter and just retweeting everything on our account or on our hashtag is a big help. Going to Facebook and liking and sharing the posts that are on our Facebook timeline is a huge help. Same deal with our Instagram. Now we need to add one in here, which is about our YouTube channel. So if you share our YouTube videos, it will actually give us a tiny little bit of income through YouTube. So it is a form of donation to us, purely, not technically a form of donation, but you are contributing to the funding of the party if you simply post our YouTube videos, either our historical ones or the ones related to this campaign. So if you can find places all over the internet to share that video content, that would be massively helpful to us and would really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, totally.
If you haven't seen it already, I would definitely go and watch the Project Manifesto video, which I think is our featured video on our channel. That is the video that was made about the original policy manifesto in 2014. And it's hilarious. It's a classic, hilarious video. I think 70-something thousand people have seen it so far. It's well worth your time. Okay, step 3 is to actually get involved in the social media team. So we are looking for trusted social media volunteers who can share our content off of our pages into the various groups that are affiliated with Internet Party supporters. So there's probably about 10 or 15 different groups of Internet Party supporters on campus or in universities. All types of special interest groups have Internet Party support pages. So we need people to sit there and cross-post that content across to all the different pages and to make sure that everyone is seeing the updates about our campaign. We also need some help just adminning the pages. So if you are someone who knows someone who's involved with the party and you're willing to commit to helping admin the social accounts, then please make contact with us. Okay, so then we have—
So the contact is just to the volunteers at internet.org.nz.
Yeah, email that, but I mean, you can also reach out to us on social.
There's
plenty of ways, like up here on the contacts page, there is plenty of ways to get in contact with us. So pick one and reach out.
Awesome.
So then the media team. So we're looking for trusted volunteers who can filter and respond to requests from media and schedule interviews and events for our party leader campaign candidates and members. We are getting inundated with these requests. These are requests for events or for interviews, but they're also requests to write opinions, to do different things. We've had requests from the Law Society for our position on things that are related to law. We've had requests from various interest groups around the environment, around other issues, where they're wanting us to engage or to supply them with copy that can go in their publications, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of those requests coming in. So we need help to schedule them and to make sure that they all get responded to and followed up on. So that's great. If you're willing to do that, that would be really, really cool to help coordinate the communications. Events. So we need people to go and do what I used to do all the time in New Zealand, which is to go to events related to our campaign and to the election events as a whole, to live blog what's happening at those events, to live tweet those events. And obviously you'll be retweeted by our whole network of Twitter accounts, official and unofficial Twitter accounts. Or if you just want to provide support. So for example, we have a streamer who will already go to those events. We will have candidates and Bill and his people going to those events. So there's a whole support network there for you, and we'd really appreciate it if you were willing to get on board. So that's predominantly around the main areas, which is like Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, et cetera, et cetera. Now, one thing that we really, really, really need is people who are willing to make memes and graphic art around our campaign and the issues that we support and are active on. So if you're inspired by us and what we do, if you love our policies and you love our campaign and you have skills in making memes or in digital art, we would really appreciate any submissions of artwork related to our campaign for us to share on social media. Or maybe we'll even eventually make some kind of gallery on our website of submissions. So if you do feel inspired, we'd love to see what you come up with. Just tag us or send it to us, email it to us or something like that. Now, tech team, the details for what our tech team needs.
This page has been left intentionally blank.
Yes. So,
yes, I have a request. I have a request to do that, and I was going to do it, and then I had a nice nap this afternoon, and it was fantastic. So
Joe,
Yes, it is coming soon. I will get
Joe,
that content in.
you could do it right now, really, couldn't you?
I probably could think of something. Yes.
So that would be a really good thing. Like while I talk through the rest of this, just start entering in the things that you guys need for tech. And if you want to do it in step 1, step 2, step 3 format, you can. Or if you just want to do it in this like pictorial format, you can. It's up to you. And then the ground crew. The ground crew also will be supplying a copy for this. So this will be needs around sound, lighting, event support, that type of thing. People handing out flyers, people putting up, posting posters and stickers and whatever else. So that's what this area will be for, predominantly surrounding events. Then there is the big one. So pure and simple. Money equals visibility. Money increases visibility in any political campaign. We are obviously up against parties who have millions of dollars of funding. The National and Labour Party got over $1 million for advertising subsidy from the government. We got 50,000. So obviously there is a huge discrepancy between the ability of the major parties to promote themselves and the ability of the minor parties to promote themselves. So if you want our minor party to become a major party, we need you to help. So here's how you can help. Anyone in the world, anyone can contribute up to 1,500 New Zealand dollars without any special rules applying. So you can donate to us just by clicking donate at the top of our website, and there's various options to do that. There are special rules for donations above 1,500. We can receive much larger donations, but we have to follow the rules that apply. So we have linked you to the rules on the Electoral Commission website so that you can read them for yourself. Or if they don't make a whole lot of sense to you, you can email us and we have open dialogue with the Commission. We'll pass on any questions or queries, get an official answer, and then let you know how to do it. Right, and then I think we briefly touched on yesterday, there's also something called protected disclosures, which is if you want to donate to us, but you don't want even us to know who you are, it is possible for you to donate to our party through the Electoral Commission. And then even the Electoral Commission will not tell us who you are. They will just simply disperse the money to us. So however you want to do it is fine by us, but please do support us. And of course, if you don't have $2, $5, $10, $20 to give, if you aren't in a position to donate, you can simply share our links and all around
that's worth everything to us.
That is worth, and if you tell 20 people about it, it's worth a huge deal to us. So one thing that I'd really like to see happen is the propagation of our links across the net. So if you are a Redditor, go and make Reddit threads and tell people on Reddit about what we're doing, share our videos, share our content, appeal for donations, or any other website, any other forum, any other group on the net that you can think of, just spread the links far and wide as much as you can, because that dramatically increases our reach and our ability to get support and to get funding. Cool, so that's pretty much it around the needs page. So next step is for Joe to stick his tech team bit in, us to get the spec for the ground crew from Bill, and then we can go ahead and launch this live. So it would be really great, actually, Joe, if by the end of this stream, you could make the page go live, and then people could jump on the website and they could see for themselves what we talked about yesterday has been built and now is released to the public.
Awesome. Hey, can you allow my technical director user to share video? If you click on me and go request video, I think it works, but for some reason it won't let me.
Okay.
We can see your Facebook as well.
Oh no, scary.
You're sharing your screen, remember?
I don't think there's two. There's a net neutrality is something we should probably talk about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of contention around that issue at the moment, but it is an important, a timely and a relevant issue to our party, obviously. So I do want to broach that. Now, so you're saying in Zoom, give you what?
If you click on my little name and click on the video or right click on me and say request video, I think something like that.
I can't right click on your profile picture. Can I just make
So
you
you're
host?
on a Mac. I think that's what worked last time.
Do you want iJo or which one?
Either way. This is good. Did you just change me?
Okay, you have host.
Whoa. Right. So I will go Mac. Okay, that's good. Right. I can see myself. Woohoo. And even though I'm host, yeah. Even though I'm host, I can deal with me. Yeah, so there's an option to forbid record.
Okay, while you sort that out, let's move on.
That's all good.
So yesterday, I had a great conversation with one of the board members of the Pirate Parties International. And they have invited us to submit a letter of intent to become a member, to get full member status with the Pirate Parties International. So anyone who saw our strategy video, the first stream that we did, will know that one of the founding principles of the campaign was that we were aligning ourselves with pirate parties, because our policies are very similar, our core principles are very similar. And pirate parties are a huge support network for us. We've supported the pirate parties for years, individually and as a team. And it just makes total common sense for us to work together, the two groups to work together. So they've asked us to supply a letter of intent and then to fill out a membership application and to apply for a spot on the board as well, which will give us representation within the international organization. So that's something else that is going on this week that is pretty cool and which I think will serve us really well. And shout out to the people from Pirates who have already been working with us. There are 3 other countries who have pirate parties who are in the middle of a general election campaign right now, including Norway. So we will be trying to also give some support and visibility to them, as well as them doing so for us.
Yeah, it was awesome to see them come after us rather than the other way around. The other morning, well, actually mentioned in the stream last night, that I got up at like 6 a.m, whatever time the meeting was, and I started chatting with you, and we were chatting for a good hour, and I completely forgot about their inaugural meeting. And it wasn't until I was headed off out the door, I was like, oh no. But certainly they came after us because they were expecting our attendance to their meeting, and so it was awesome for them to come and approach us in this way. And I'm really keen to get on board with that. I have in our Discord channel created a pirates role, so you can have a nice black and white role tag if you want. It'll be awesome. So yeah, cool.
Sounds really cool.
In the YouTube chats, we had Nicholas called out, who said he's all good at making memes. So yeah.
No, you know, I can tell you a story about Nicholas.
Nicholas.
I can tell you a big story about Nicholas. Nicholas is an amazing person. He has got a heart of gold. He is wonderful. I know him from Occupy Auckland.
All right.
Nicholas heard me speak at a General Assembly, and I gave some great big lecture about equality, and but it's I was just pouring out words from the heart. And this is at a time when I did not want to be standing up speaking publicly. I did not want to be a name or a face put forward to the masses at all. In fact, I tried to avoid it as much as possible. And he took me aside after that meeting and he gave me this huge lecture. And he said, we need your voice. We, the people, need you to speak. We need you to stand up and say how things are because you're a truth teller. This
He's
is a true
literally
story.
blushing.
And what's that?
He's blushing.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. He was lecturing on it. And I was saying to him, I don't want to be a speaker. I don't want to be on a stage. I don't want my face out there. I don't want my name out there. I care about these issues. I care about the people. I'll do whatever I can to help. But I do not want to be the person put forward to speak to other people or on other people's behalf. And he was saying, we need you. We need you. We need you to do it. And that stuck with me for a really long time. And for a long time, I actually had this like almost a guilt complex about it, because I knew that I could speak. I knew that I could write. I knew that I had the ability, but I had this personal struggle over it because I didn't want to be put forward in that way. Yeah. And like Ben tells a story about how I used to say to him, are you live streaming? And he'd say yes. And I would say, thanks for telling me. And I'd run away. I would run away because I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want people seeing me as such an unnatural thing. Like, I'm getting used to it now because I've been having to do it for so long. But I hated cameras. I hated being on camera. You know, that's why if you look at all my live video footage, you can hear me talking, you can see me and hear me interacting with people, but you can never see me. I never film myself. I never put myself on camera. Even my interviews with Lila, with Connie, with Kim, all of them, I'm behind the camera. I'm never in front of it. And eventually I've had to come to terms with the fact that, like Nick said, that people need me to speak and they need me to stand up and to say things how they really are. And increasingly, as I've made various sacrifices to do that, I have understood that if I'm prepared to make those sacrifices, I should also take it up a level, take it up a notch, and say, this is who I am, this is why the experience I've had, this is what I believe, and this is what I want to do for all of us. So Nick is a huge part of that evolution, because he called me out on the spot. We need you to speak. We need your voice. And that stayed with me for years. So hi, Nick. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being involved. I haven't seen you in a long time, but you're a super cool guy, and I'm really, really glad that you're here. So thank you.
He added in the chat that when you got on a roll, you should chop the air with her finger. Like a rapper. It was awesome. And also he says very sexy, but also totally passionate speaker. And I think that comes out. I'm similar. I'm always hidden behind the things and not really wanted to get my face out there. But the first stream, I think it was Squalid Heights, or someone said, hey, I'd never heard you speak. You speak awesomely. I'm like,
dude, that's a great video of you from that first stream.
Yeah. Anyway, occasionally I let my geek loose and I get enthusiastic about things and I just can't stop talking. My family tells me to shut up most of the time.
When you believe what you're saying with every ounce of your being,
that's the thing.
Translates.
Belief drives it. Yeah.
And people tell me, oh, you did such a good job of the Radio New Zealand interview or the whatever interview. You're so good. And the reason that it comes across as good is because it's in this continuous stream with conviction. But I don't write those lines. What's in my radio interview? Wallace Chapman's asking me questions, and I'm just off the top of my head responding to him because I lived this. I know this. I don't have to write it. I don't need a speech. I can just say what happened, what is happening, what we want to do about it. And people consider that to be a skill, but it's actually not a skill. It's just speaking.
It's easy to just speak the truth, eh?
Exactly. It's just standing in your truth, speaking the truth. That's all it is. So I don't think I'm particularly accomplished. I just think I'm experienced at saying things how they are, even though the truth is not nice sometimes. The truth is not easy to listen to sometimes. It's way easier to look at my work or listen to me speak and to think, oh, she's nuts, than it is to listen to the content of what I say, research the issues that I'm talking about, and then confront the fact that there are massive forces with billions of dollars who have been perpetuating these problems and creating them. So where the choice is take on the entire global surveillance state or just blame Susie, I can understand why people choose just blame Susie. It's a lot lower barrier than tackling the military industrial complex worldwide. But fortunately, there are a lot of brave people who understand that blaming Susie is not going to make the problems of the world go away. But tackling the global military industrial complex is what we have to collectively do if we want to fix the problems that we face.
Yeah, we've got to sort it.
On that note, I'm going to go get my laptop charged now before my laptop goes flat. Which means
something I
you
learned.
guys are going to get to see my t-shirt.
Courage is contagious. Couragefound.org. Nice.
Courage is awesome. I love them. And I worked with some of them in Berlin. They're amazing people. You should definitely support the Courage Foundation.
Yeah.
Hear about.
Hey, so while she's gone, we can. I am actually still host, aren't I? All right, hold on. Bear with me a sec. I will just give myself all the power in the world so I can actually start video. Hey, look, it's me.
Oh, quick question, Joe.
Yeah, go Colin.
In terms for the media graphics people, do we have any digital assets that they could access for generating like 3D images and stuff like that?
Yes. So one of the tools that we use, and if I just if I share, where am I? Somewhere, show all windows. Oh, it's always when I try and do stuff. So in our we have this media management tool, and certainly we have, you name it. You know IPv2 robot mascot. Well, I have IPv2 with a tablet, with a tick symbol, with a stopwatch, with a trash can, with VR glasses, you name it. We have it waiting for remixing and reusing. And when we get our resources page up, we will be essentially sharing a lot of that with the world, and giving you full license to remix, make it awesome. So yes, meme resources. Maybe in the next live stream, we can release our resources page. We'll get there.
Yeah, and my son's my son's a 3D animator, and I'm going to try and persuade him to do the robot and the Goodnight Kiwi.
Oh, nice.
Because I think that would be brilliant if I can persuade him to do it, but I've got to persuade him to do it.
Yeah, I used to love this one. The 1 in 5 Kiwis knowingly broke copyright law. Maybe it's the law that's broken. Yeah, that used to be on my desktop background at work, and everyone identified with that. How do I make this bigger? Full screen? No, it doesn't zoom in like other apps. I wish I had a Mac. Yeah, so yeah, you just go through some of the previous brand things from our campaign, and there's how's that super fast broadband going for you? This took 3 minutes to upload, and I remember back in those days, 3 years ago. Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, we have a multitude of branding information and content and digital assets that you can call upon to make things. Yeah, that was a good one as well. I can't recall. Oh yes, puppets on strings.
Okay, you've inspired me. So the other thing we talked about yesterday is we're going to do the live page. So I will write you a spec for the live page.
Yeah, so we started
already.
Yeah, we started on that. I have somewhere. I have those notes. I think I added them in the. I'm not sure which. It was probably the website's updates semaphore. It probably needs its own page. I'm tired of going to the website updates page. Let's make some new sandglasses. Yeah. Yeah.
So we have live page, and then I totally agree that once the live page is done, we should do the resources.
Okay, that's good plan.
And you're right. I mean, looking at this, we already have dozens of things. So what we need to do is ask Ron to make profile picture or thumbnail, banner, wallpaper, downloadable versions of each of the images. Let's just make dozens and let people pick whatever they want.
Yeah, so a lot of these are 2014 stuff, but it gives you ideas, you know.
Well, I mean, some of those are really cool, and we should just reuse them. I don't see any reason why not to reuse them.
Yeah, there's yeah. So all of them are awesome. Privacy is a human right. Let's take it back. I mean, yeah. Save New Zealand from a national disaster. This is when they were, doing all the oil fracking, all the rest of it.
Which they still are.
Yeah, I love this video. The video you're trying to watch cannot be viewed from your current country or location. I'm sure we've gotten used to that. Yeah, smile for the GCSB. Yeah. Hey, I actually have one of those cameras nowadays. Yeah, MeshNet purchased one to do a tech trial on it. Yeah, image not available in your area. TPPA, no way. Yep. Kiwi the blindfold.
How awesome to see you. I can't explain how cool it is for me to see that hashtag like on something from 2014.
Yeah. Authorized by Anna back in the day.
I'm hoping to convince my friend who invented that hashtag with me, who's another member of our media team, to get involved in our campaign. I really hope that I'm able to convince her. Because I was sitting on a phone call with her. This is the true history of where this hashtag came from.
Yeah.
We had been covering TPPA events and running the Twitter accounts for It's Our Future from 2012 through 2014. And in 2014, right at the beginning of the events for that year, when this was really heating up, we're like, we need a hashtag. Because people had been using all different hashtags, and they've been using hashtags that were like 15, 20, 25 characters long, like New Zealanders against the trade agreement and things like that, like impossible hashtags to live tweet on. And so we're sitting there talking to each other, and we're like, we need a hashtag. We need to keep it short. We have to reduce the number of characters. We need it to be catchy. And I'm like, we need it to rhyme. It has to rhyme. When people say it, when it rolls off the tongue, it's got to rhyme so that it sticks with them forever. And I said to her, this is the real question. What rhymes with TPPA? And she said, no way. And that's how TPPA no way came out. I was like, that's it, TPPA no way. And then you see Occupy New Zealand media team was the first to actually put out content onto TPPA no way. And then we started to use that tag for all the live event coverage and for the official account and etc. And it just spiraled throughout the entire country. It had massive uptake. It was really incredible. So now when I see like the hashtag on Internet Party, I'm just like, wow, it's amazing to come from like a phone call where we're trying to think about what rhymes, to actually seeing it being promoted like in this format. It's very cool.
And every time someone says you're no activist, yeah.
I'm mystified. That's like saying that I'm not female or that I'm not alive. I mean, okay, I'm no activist. I've worked on all of the biggest campaigns for the last 6 years. What else do I say than that? I mean, I can tell the backstory to the GCSB movement too, if you guys have the time.
some more stories. I love your stories.
I have plenty of war stories about how the most well-known activism campaigns in New Zealand have come about. So yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, because I want to make it really clear, I could not have done anything that I have done in the last 6 years without the support of amazing people, incredible people. Like our media team had nothing but our own determination and our own solidarity with each other. And we achieved massive and incredible things against all odds because we had each other. We couldn't have done any of it alone. None of it would have come out if we were by ourselves. The same as Internet Party, like this campaign, I can come up with ideas or strategy documents, but it's a whole team of people that have built it.
Yeah.
A whole team of people that have made it happen. You know, I'm just one person, but put me together with some other really cool people and amazing stuff happens.
Awesome happens.
So I've always credited my media team with all of my work. That's why I didn't even put my name or my face on anything for years, because we always just wrote anonymously under our media team for that reason, because it was a group effort. It was all of us together that had those achievements.
Yeah, together, you know, the parts aren't as much as when you combine them together. The sum is greater than the parts.
And the foundations, I want to be really clear, the history of that hashtag is not related to the foundations of the It's Our Future movement, because Jane Kelsey was working 2008, 2009, 2010 on building that movement and on building that organization. And It's Our Future was already established in 2011 and whatnot. So all we did is strategize ways to get that out to the world and to amplify it further. So
there's so many other cool images there.
Okay, stop tussling, because we can package them all up and put them on the resources page.
Yeah, we will. It'll be cool. Right. Sorry, yes, I'm half distracted. I'm trying to type in the other window. And I was trying to find somewhere I have YouTube comments. So going back to massive waves. Yes, so Nick said waves. Kiwi Casanur asks, where does the Internet Party stand on the war on drugs? Would they support the drug foundation's call to decriminalize drugs?
The official Internet Party policy position on drugs and decriminalization is published on our website, I think under the health section in the policy portfolio. However, my personal position is that it is proven, already established in other countries, that
decriminalizing or legalizing.
I'm not sure if it's legalizing as in like Portugal or decriminalizing as in like other places. There's like a whole debate around the difference, but personally, it's patently obvious to me that, I mean, for me, a crime is something that injures other people actively, where you're impinging upon them in their life, right? So it comes down to the same old thing, like you smoke pot, sit at home, play video games and eat pizza. How is that a problem to anyone in the world? You get drunk, go out and have fights in the street and, you know, hurt and injure other people, then that is a problem. That's a real problem because you're hurting other people. So if you are not hurting, maybe this is the like libertarian in me, but if you are causing active harm to other people, then there's a problem. If you are not, and if you're making choices for yourself in your own space, in your own life, in your own body, I don't think it's actually anybody else's business. And I don't think anyone should be trying to mandate your choices and your life and your freedoms. That's my personal position.
Interesting position. I'm intrigued on that position. I recently heard it come up in regards to the New Zealand's going smoke free, right, by 2025, and was it 2032? I can't remember. Either way, and you know, it's my choice to smoke. No one else should be able to dictate about my choices. And why are you stopping me smoking? It's a really interesting position that no one should dictate what I can and cannot do. I think we've all got to have a responsibility to others as well as, you know, having rights ourselves. Or I suppose it's not really rights. It's a privilege to be able to smoke, right?
No.
Oh, come on.
If you're in your own space and you're not impacting anyone else,
Yeah.
I don't see why anybody has any right to tell you what to do. It's fundamental freedom of choice. Like,
So in your own space, yes. What they're talking about, the smoke-free, like Auckland going smoke-free in 5 years,
Right. So
is
if you're impacting other people,
all the public
then
spaces.
you
Yeah.
have responsibility for that. But if you are not, then I don't think I'm not into at all the government or anybody.
Yeah, get out of our way. Protect our freedoms. Don't get in the way of our rights.
Yeah. Like we've been discussing the fact that like pieces of this planet are dead, like in the Gulf of Mexico, entire place, like massive problems, like existential level problems. How is the government like being up in our business like more of a priority than addressing the fact that the planet is dying, or addressing the massive social and economic inequalities that produce a lot of the social issues that they then try and clamp down at the ground level, rather than addressing them at the policy level and at the government level? And I'm really, one of the things I like the most about Europe actually, and I saw this especially in Germany, but also here in Russia, people don't judge what other people do in the way that they do in the West, and the way they're conditioned to in the West. So if someone walks down the street here smoking, nobody else even blinks, okay? You still can't smoke inside. If you go to a bar or restaurant in Moscow, you cannot smoke inside. Did
I ever tell you the story? It was probably a few years back. Oh yeah, by the way, All Blacks and Lions draw. That's just a wow. It's a draw.
A lot of people,
anyway,
I would imagine.
Oh, sorry. Don't listen if you're watching it delayed. This is the live on the internet. Things happen in real time, right? Hey, what was I going to say? Years ago, we had a visiting Japanese engineer, and he came. He was doing some work in Wellington, and at lunchtime, he was just saying to us, he had this like shocked look on his face, and he said, you're obviously, your country is very morally depraved, and you don't seem to have any level of morality. And I was like, what do you mean? He had walked out outside and seen all the office ladies outside the office buildings having a smoke, and he'd thought they were all prostitutes, and like in front of every building in Wellington. And he was like, I can't understand how you just let them do it on the street. And I thought he was meaning the smoking, but no, he thought they were selling their services, and he was just completely offended beyond all measure. Anyway, so there's just perceptions of smokers standing in front from, this was probably 5-10 years ago, a Japanese businessman come over. Yeah, interesting, eh?
I don't think we should be sitting in judgment of each other. I think it's a bit of a plague, actually, like where we feel entitled to judge other people, and we judge them based on our own standards, and we all have different standards. So the idea that some people in Parliament or whoever are like able to impose their standards on other people is actually really concerning to me, because I don't actually think that's their job. I think their job is to provide for and protect the necessities of life on Earth. I don't think that their job mandate
protect our liberties, not restrict our freedoms. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's it in one sentence.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm a sort of closet libertarian. Yeah. Hey, so going back to the live chat, which we've got up on our screen, would we go as far as to support the legal regulation of all drugs based on a scale of harm, with the most harmful drugs only available by prescription for registered addicts? Yeah, I really like what the law, what the Drug Commission's come out and done. They've said, hey, no one in the political scene has come up with a decent solution, so here's ours. And I think I love what they're doing.
Our policies are based, our fundamental of our policies, which you hear Chris talk about this a lot actually, is based on evidence-based research and successful international precedent. So there are successful international precedents for the full legalization of drugs, for example, in Portugal. And there is, if you have the Drug Commission coming out and saying this is how things should be, they're experts and they deal with this all day, every day. They probably have a much better idea of things than other political parties or whoever else, because the Drug Commission is looking at the cold-face results, right? The other political parties are trying to anticipate what people will think or how they will react to their policies. So if we're coming at it from a position of forming our position based on international precedent, successful international precedent, and research, then I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be implementing the same regulations as those other case studies. So the answer is yes. So the answer is yes. Where there is a successful historical precedent internationally, and where there is evidence-based research to back it up and back up the data, then yes, we would definitely consider that. And also, ideas that are unpopular initially frequently turn out to be the case long term. We currently have people flipping out over the fluoride issue, saying, you know, fluoride was put in water in the 1920s. That was when they first decided it was a good idea. So literally nearly 100 years ago, the idea was that fluoride is a wonderful thing to have. Now, whether or not it is a wonderful thing to have, what wasn't a wonderful thing to have is the mercury fillings that I had to go and have removed from my teeth last year that were put in the 80s because they thought that would be a great thing to use as fillings. So they were completely wrong. They're in fact poisonous, and they give
heavy metals. They're great for hardening your teeth.
Exactly. So we already know that the Dentists Association has previously pushed solutions which were in fact not good for us. So fluoride might be great, fluoride might not be great, but there is already an established precedent where we've been told that something was good, that it turned out to be highly toxic and poisonous and was not good. So on that basis alone, I'm prepared to consider, to open my mind to fluoride or to any other issue like that, where people are raising concerns and where they have got research, scientific research to back them up. So it may be that in 30 years' time, people are learning in school about how we used to believe that fluoride was fantastic to put in. I mean, I think the exposure issues are predominantly around children.
Yeah.
But there are other people who just want to scream conspiracy theorists, because it's not established fact. And the fracking example, which was used on our Facebook page, is a classic one. When I first became an activist, there was a whole group of people, anti-fracking people, saying fracking causes earthquakes, fracking destabilizes ground mass, fracking causes trouble, you know, especially on or near active fault lines. It is extremely dangerous and has a significant risk of causing earthquakes. They were called crackpots, they were called conspiracy theorists, they were laughed at and mocked. In fact, in 2014, I was mocked for circulating some of that research which showed that it caused earthquakes, and I was also called a conspiracy theorist. Fast forward 3 years, the US government has confirmed that fracking causes earthquakes. They have linked it to hundreds of earthquakes in fracking zones in America. And it is now established fact that nobody will even try to argue that fracking causes earthquakes. Everybody knows now that it does. So there's always this period of time between the first people becoming aware of a problem and raising it, and the wider public, and particularly because of the media, the wider public being allowed to acknowledge that that is in fact a problem and that we should do something about it. And in between those two things happening is a bunch of people screaming, conspiracy theorist. So for that reason, I would suggest to you, being a conspiracy theorist quite often means that you have learned information that other people have not yet learned, not that you are just propagating false information.
Mm. Cool. Sorry, you're just reading the comments, but no, just a general. I think Nick said he was going to move into his take his laptop onto his 4K TV to watch us, because now we're streaming in 720p. But yeah,
that was the best I could get it to do. But it is now in high definition. I'm not sure that I'm the greatest thing to be in high definition, but whatever.
You know, when you can easily make 4K if you've got 4 people talking simultaneously on a multiplex screen, right? That's 4 720s. Anyway, we haven't heard from Colin for a while. Hi, Colin. I did. what I'll do, since one or two are asking, I'll post the Zoom link in. Hey.
Oh
Is
my
that all right,
God.
Cece?
Bless
Do you want
it.
more contributors?
I have just been sent, oh my God, how do I download this? I have just been sent by Nick a video of him watching me on his massive television.
Oh, nice.
Giant.
Hey, can you like share it? Is he okay with that, or?
It just, well, there's only a button which says forward. I don't know how to.
Like on your, if you play it, you can just use the share
download?
button in Zoom. Right.
It's in Facebook in a private message, and the only option is forward. I mean, I can forward it to your Facebook, and if you can work out how to download it.
Forward it to Internet Party.
That is classic. Oh my God, I can't believe I've lived to see the day where I'm on a screen that size.
On a screen.
Honestly.
I've just realized I did hit spotlight video for you earlier. So that's why you're on the full screen full time.
Okay, it's now in the messaging for Internet Party, and I sent it to your account as well.
Is Nick all right if we share it, or?
He's got like my hand in the corner. It's funny. You know what? There's this YouTube account called Bombard's Body Language. And I followed them when they had like about 20 subscribers or something. Now they have like 100-something thousand subscribers, and they're really, really successful. Joe, we're frozen on you for some reason.
I know. It's because I moved the I switched apps. I'm on mobile. I'll just pause my video.
Okay. Well, Bombard's Body Language is a very interesting channel. Like, it's this chick American chick who takes famous videos or high-profile videos of various different things, and then analyzes the actions and the facial expressions of the people who are in the videos. So she does, like, you know, Obama and Putin and John Podesta and Hillary Clinton, but also a bunch of, actually, fascinatingly, she did Winston Peters. That was very interesting to watch. And so I've like often thought to myself, like, will the day come where like I'm on a goddamn body language video, and when I'm looking at Nick's video that he's just sent me, and you can see me going like this with my hands as I speak. Where are we at, Joe? Joe, we are frozen. What are you doing? You are muted, so we can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's all right. I can hear you.
No, we couldn't hear you because both of you, both Joes in the Zoom were muted.
I know. We're just clearing up toys behind me. It was quite noisy. I was trying to share this. Bear with me.
Right, so while we've got a quiet moment, I was watching Vice. It's a TV channel here in New Zealand, and it was on drugs, and they were using one of the hallucinogenics to actually get people over their addictions of cocaine. So they went into a particular center. They were given the drugs under supervision, and they'd sleep for, I think it's about 2 or 3 days or something like that. But when they come round, although they had actually lost their need to actually look for a fix, that they were missing the drug, but not bad enough to actually want to go out and search it. So there's going to be there's a lot of interesting stuff on drugs on what should and shouldn't be allowed.
Wow, I know that also. I think marijuana can be used to cure opiates addiction, or at least to step them down from opiates addiction. So yeah, I'm willing to listen to the medical professionals, and there are plenty of medical professionals that say this is a health issue. This is not a criminal justice issue.
Yeah, this was just a very small group of professionals. I think it was in the States, and it seemed to be quite promising. But of course, you've got to have quite a few people cured coal on either side of that, to know that this is actually going to work, and then you're going to get the government to say, yes, okay, we can do this.
My concern is that the government's interest is different from the health professionals' interest, and different from the Drug Commission's interest, and different from the public interest. And
yeah, me too. That's why we're here, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Because I really don't believe that the government is sitting there thinking to itself, what is in the best interest of the public? They're sitting in there and thinking, what is in the best interest of us, and staying in this position and retaining power and getting the votes for our party, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have to help to evolve public thinking rather than just to reflect public thinking. If we reflect public thinking, then the public becomes stagnant. There has to be the ideas for change and the opportunities for change for us to actually evolve as a society. There has to be people at the boundaries, pushing at the boundaries, pushing at the borders of conventional thinking, coming up with new ideas that people are like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, what about this? Oh, it makes them investigate it and do the research and open their minds and expand their minds and think about different ways things could be done. I think a lot of the policies that we're going to be introducing in this campaign are very novel, and they are putting forward ideas that people simply haven't thought of.
I think I have that video. I might share it if I can figure out how
You can't full screen it though, can you?
I can full screen anything. I'm a master of my technologies.
I tried and I could not work it out at all.
Though actually, it's in Chrome, isn't it? Oh, that's just weird.
Okay, since you have a
I will do it shortly.
Me to interact with, I'm going to become a profile picture for a few minutes while I make a cup of tea that I'm watching.
That is brilliant.
The only way you'd be any bigger is if you're on a movie screen.
And there's that finger. I see what you mean.
The only way you'd be any bigger is if you're on a movie screen.
That's awesome. Well, maybe we should do live streams of the live stream in movie theaters. That'd be awesome. Anyway, cool. So I've just been brought cake. It's a distraction. Awesome. Thanks, Sam.
Right. One of the things I thought of as well was if I can get the URLs to these video casts, I will post that on the meetup page. So basically it's a meetup, but it's all online.
Yeah. Certainly, Susie's got the keys to Zoom, mainly because I like if I move the cup out the way of the camera. Yeah. So we can certainly do these. We usually post the Zoom link in the general chat on Discord and share it. I just shared it in the YouTube. Certainly, if people want to join live and contribute, we're open to that. We're going to update our terms shortly to reflect what we came up with, I think, 2 streams ago. The live stream rules. So yeah, it'll be cool. And I'm going to mute my computer because that's just weird.
Yeah, most of the notifications go out by email, so it all depends when people get their email as to whether they, they're going to have time to actually access it. So I'd need to get it out fairly early, so that one, they know when it's on, and two, they've actually got a link.
So to that aim, we did actually come up with a tentative stream schedule. We haven't been too good at keeping to it. Well, yeah, we've all got other engagements on our time, and often this is sort of it's Susie's morning and my late evening. So yeah, it's often a time when you're running around after kids or other bits and pieces. So we'll try and find a regular time where we can definitely be on. And then the other idea Susie had was to have this, have this kind of hot potato video idea, where just have a continuous running thing, and like she's off somewhere, so we take over the stream and carry on. So I think it'll work well. Yeah, and I'm just going to ask myself to get video again. Somewhere in the settings of this webcast, I think we turned off video by default. So yeah, every time I go to start video again, essentially I got to make myself host. Yeah. Right. What's happening on the YouTube comments?
Joe, you need to pass me back something so that I can turn my video back on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, as I said, that setting's a bit weird. Hold on. I will give you host. It's easier when you hold the keys, right? Pass it around. I can ask you to start video, right? But I'll make you host as well.
I can't start my video because the host is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, you're the host now. You can start your own video. Yeah.
Maybe we
I
should
just got to remember. Yeah, it's one of those settings. Allow panelists to show video or whatever it is.
I'm still cracking up mentally at the idea of Nick sitting on his couch watching me on a big screen.
What better way, eh?
Very amusing.
Can we actually show YouTube videos while we're streaming?
We can share anything that we're allowed to share. It's just we've got to.
Copyright is an issue.
Yeah, copyright.
Other live streams have been actually stopped. Like YouTube has stopped them in the middle of the stream if there's copyrighted content. I don't know if the Wake Up Kiwi or the Go to Sleep Kiwi or whatever it is copyrighted. But I would suggest if we're going to do our own version of that, it needs to clearly be a parody, or it needs to be completely from scratch. I would not advocate for using any of their animations or their music. So you need to put different music to it, open source music, and to recreate the concept. It's fine for it to be in our concept, our video to be inspired by the original Wake Up Kiwi, but we can't actually use portions of it.
Yeah, well, we could have the Wake Up robot, right?
Yes, I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of Good Night Kiwi, have it Wake Up or Wake Up New Zealand.
I like that.
Did you just read Nick's comment?
I like that. That's a very good Wake Up New Zealand. Is a very good twist in that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Wake Up NZ. Yes.
Yeah, no, what I was actually thinking was a couple of political videos I saw come. I think one was out of Italy, and I think another one's out of Portugal that I watched today, and they were both very good. And so, if I can find them again, I'll post a link on Discord, and you guys can decide whether you want to show them or not. Because actually, even though it wasn't in English, you still understood and could relate to the videos. They were very well done.
Yeah. Post them in Discord or something, and certainly we can share them live. Yeah.
Actually, would it be better not so much Discord in Lumio?
Well, if you just want us to, they might. Yeah, let's not try and show other people's videos live just in case there is copyright issues.
Hey Joe, Can you add Nick as a friend if you haven't already on Facebook?
Yeah. Well, that's how I shared that glorious
Oh.
video of you. He IM'd it and I full screened it. Yeah. Messenger
Sweet.
full screen on my computer.
And then since you're friends with him, can you DM him or message him the Discord link and get him into Discord?
It was in the YouTube channel earlier. So yeah, if you want to join our Discord chat, there's a link up there, discord.gg, M capital T K capital NW lowercase YB. I will repost it again just in case. But then I haven't actually been to Discord, so if you're all sitting in there going, "Come on, Joe, give us some rights," then yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't there. Here you go. Right, just reading back in the comments. Glorious dealer, glorious dealer, aka leader. You're giving the masses what they want, Susie.
Am I? They want my face on the giant TV. That might be what Nick wants. It might be what Nick wants. We'll soon see. We'll soon see how interested others are in having my face on a giant television.
Kiwi Kissner said, I think Colin is talking about ibogaine can be used by heroin and other drug addicts. One dose will stop physical withdrawal symptoms and the majority no longer go back to using the drug.
Wow.
Nicholas likes the emojis in YouTube. And I was reading the blurb for the Opportunities Party and it's really well written. I'd like to contribute to a superior version. Yeah, that's what we like. So yes, you're welcome, Nick. Certainly hit me up on FaceCrack or Discord or Twitter or I don't know. We do have an encrypted end-to-end encrypted chat, which is far better than this. So yeah, feel free to hit me up and we'll get it going. And I'm still looking at your face, Susie. How do I turn that off?
Nick just mentioned Lynn. Nick, I would love to have Lynn involved as well. Except, as you know, she is running a entirely self-sufficient property that doesn't require money or any state services. And that means her internet sucks. And she does not have a high level of connectivity. But
we can stream with about 32K. I used to stream back on dial-up days, eh?
Nick is referring to another member of our media team, another awesome member of our media team. Slowly, one by one, I will convince them all to get on board with this campaign. Don't you worry. That's definitely my agenda. We have some other people in Wellington too who are really cool, who are amazing. If I can tell another anecdote about the distant past in activism history, there was a member of our media team who shall remain nameless, who was particularly, well, either aggrieved or saw an opportunity out of the Rugby World Cup, the final event happening in RTS Square at the same time as we had Occupy Auckland in RTS Square. And 8,000 New Zealanders came to the square to watch it on this big screen. So he thought to himself, what else would we like 8,000 New Zealanders to see than the rugby game?
Oh, yeah.
So he constructed a giant homemade projection screen and mounted it at the occupation site adjacent to the other big screen that was mounted above the edge in the middle of RTS Square. And then when the event and the 8,000 people were there, they got to watch WikiLeaks Collateral Murder on endless loop. So the Collateral Murder video is part of what was allegedly leaked to WikiLeaks by Chelsea Manning, then Bradley Manning. That video, as I'm sure you know, shows the murder of Reuters journalists and other people, unarmed people in Iraq. So that was a pretty huge wake-up call for 8,000 people to find themselves watching a WikiLeaks video on repeat. during the All Blacks Rugby World Cup final night. And it just goes to show some of the epic things that can be done with no funding and with no help, but just because someone takes the initiative to do it. You're on mute, Joe.
I know I'm on mute and I've just gone dark. Bear with me. I need to briefly switch out of the screen and go and give myself more time on the computer. I must remember.
How long have we been going for, guys? I think we should like.
Well, it would be 2 hours because yeah,
Okay.
because my time is up.
One of the things that I was told in feedback is that we should make the stream shorter.
Yeah, well, we just get chatting away, and you know we could be here all day, right? And yes, I was also told that that we should be shorter.
I actually kind of disagree because I know people.
Well, yeah, live stream all the time, but we need to. I know people have lives, and we might keep them hooked for 6 hours straight, right? Though all the
I see it differently. I think that people will come and go from the stream, and that's okay, and that's natural.
my 11-year-old can sit on a 8-hour stream and just never get off. But yeah, some of us have lives, so feel free to leave the stream and come back later. We're not gonna say anything you'll miss. We archive these videos so you can come watch us all and glorious 720p later.
And that's what the highlight vids are for. So this weekend you'll see a bunch more highlight cuts from the last couple of streams go up on the channel. So if you wanted to see 2-minute or 3-minute slices of what happened, you can go and look at those. But
who actually edits those videos? Is that you, Susie, at the moment?
It's been done by several different people actually.
Yeah.
I did the last set where there's actually an intro screen and an outro screen.
Yeah.
But I didn't do all the ones prior to that. Why is that?
No, I was just wondering if we needed help with it. Yeah.
Yes, actually. Yeah, we do. Generally I watch the playback after our streams.
Yes, so do I. It's another 2 hours of sitting.
I make notes.
Yes.
I make notes of the timestamps that things happened at, and then I would send that through to Sarah or send it to whoever, and then they can cut the vids as per those timestamps and then upload them or whatever. So I'm really easy. I mean, anyone who wants to do it is welcome to do it, and that pretty much goes for all the work that's on the campaign. Step up. If you're good at editing and you want to be a part, we'll give you the raw footage and you can do great things with it. That would be totally appreciated and really, really good.
Yeah, looking at the Facebook feed, Blake's asking, what about the minutes text? So is anybody actually putting what we're saying to text?
From the
in terms of captions or something on YouTube?
He just says talking about the minutes because presumably these are meetings, and so I suppose it's not really a formal meeting, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
Hold on a sec. If it is a meeting that's on the stream, it says in the title of the video, meeting. And then it has a fixed agenda and minutes and whatever else. If it does not say that it is a meeting, I mean, this is clearly not a meeting because this is clearly just us hanging out and looking at work that we're doing and stuff we're doing, then it doesn't say meeting. So there is definitely a big difference between meetings. Meetings have fixed times that are generally actually observed at that time and don't roll around an hour late or 2 hours late. For example, our exec meetings are pretty much on time to the minute usually. However, the purpose of these streams, I think I've done there's probably actually some videos called, I think there's a specific video called The Purpose of these streams, what we're doing. This was just to give people access to us as people, to see us interacting with each other, to see us working on aspects of the campaign and that are related to the campaign. And so that they could look at how things are organized in a political campaign from a behind the scenes perspective. So, and also just to open source the information to our members and to the public. So this is not a meeting situation, or this is very informal. Okay.
Well, I suppose if we needed to, we could always use Watson. I've seen a speech to text at an AI meetup here in Auckland, and it was very impressive.
Yeah, and then it does allow you to do captioning afterwards. I agree.
Yeah, YouTube often puts the auto transcription things in fairly quickly. I've actually seen them happen live as well. I'm not sure who you have to pay at YouTube to have the live transcription engine working, but yeah, that was cool.
I think
I can also assign trained monkeys. Like I can in Zoom, you can make someone the caption user, so they can make your captions for you. I'm not muted, Anna. No. Sorry, I just had to plug myself in because, yes, 2 hours of live streaming on a mobile device.
Okay, Joe, can we look at the needs page? Can we put it up live? And then I'd like to finish the stream there.
Yeah, I can put it up. I'll post the links to it, eh?
I'll pass you back host. And,
yeah.
And you show us, demo it for us, okay?
Okay. Post it to my desktop one, not my mobile one.
What's the difference?
Well, one has more power.
No, what's the in the labeling?
Oh, right. It's the Joe Booth TD one, which is just updating right now.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm now host.
Okay, so I'm going to disappear from view just while you do this demo, and then I'll pop the time into a conclusion. I'd love Colin to speak a little bit too before we finish. Okay, thanks.
Cool, awesome. All right, so I'm here. So I'm just putting it live, right? I will post a link in the YouTube and check out. Boom. Yeah, time short people, totally cockatoo in YouTube. Yeah, time short people. I often watch YouTubes at 1.25 or 1.5 sometimes works, but depends how fast people speak. Sometimes it's hard to hear people who don't enunciate clearly. Right. Why am I on that screen? I'm on the wrong screen, aren't I? I'm still here, eh?
Yeah, you're definitely still there.
Yeah. I was just wondering why I see Susie as the speaker, but maybe that's just a figment of my imagination. Right. So yes, as we showed earlier, our needs page is now on the internet. I've posted a link, so internet.org.nz. Each of the tabs has a different URL. So internet.org.nz/needs-social, needs media, needs-funds, and I will, as usual in these streams, you all know me. I get totally distracted, and I haven't actually filled in the tech team one, so it still says coming soon, but it will be coming very soon. There's no water in Susie's mug. It's clear and made from potatoes. Yeah, maybe the campaign can be a stress, right?
Joe, no,
yes.
Excuse me. I drink. This is literally water. I'll have you know. I actually don't even drink alcohol. I'm pretty boring. But sometimes I like cranberry juice. But moving along. Enough satisfying the FBI profilers.
Oh yes, true.
Where is the menu link?
In my pocket. It's coming. I'm sorry. There's a complex process to add a key. Yeah. This is good fun. Then unlock some encryption. Yes, and it's hard to do this while live streaming.
At least you don't have to breastfeed a baby while you do it. Not that I am recorded.
Well, there was an interesting development in our. If I just stop sharing briefly there, it'll switch back to video, right? If I yeah, so there was an interesting development in the headquarters. Now I now have a cage all the way around me, so the crawling thing can't get in. Yes, because
that is so cute. You're pinned in.
Yeah, we have a the baby pen, right? As designed so the baby can sit inside and play and things. But yeah, no, you cage our one and you'll scream the house down. You can't lock them up. So instead we lock ourselves up, and it works well. Yeah.
I remember having to do very similar things.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. So this is MeshNet headquarters, aka Cabot's workshop, aka the lounge. Can get heavily contested, but we keep all the tech in one space so we can supervise people using it, and all be part of one big happiness. So I have my little purple corner, and I try to find a quiet one. So
now that we've all become acquainted with your lair, let's
my lair.
The menu item.
Yeah. Menu item. So I'm so this is the page, right? Yes. Oh, what does it say? Pinch and zoom. Oh no, that's on mobile. Right. Hold on. I need to type in a very complex password while sharing my screen with the FBI. How do I make this go full screen? Is it still like F11? Oh yes, it is. That's awesome. Internet party full screen. And I'm waiting for, yeah. Please wait while your vault is unlocked. Encryption is hard, people. Especially when you type the wrong passcode.
We need some waiting music.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Play some waiting. How about 5 Eye by Hutt?
Oh, nice. Do we have rights? Do we have rights?
We could ask them.
We could ask them, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's licensed content. I think we do have some licensed content. That little ditty that we used to play at the start of the start of the things.
If you want to pass screen share and have a few minutes to just
you can share, can't you? Or have you stopped us?
No, you have to pass me back first, and then I can turn on my video and screen share. But
no.
I actually did cover the Hutt 5 Eye release, and I actually have video of
so your own
that I could use because I own that video.
Yeah, so you're now host.
Cool. Okay, let's go have a look through my activism coverage history, which some people like to pretend doesn't exist. Okay, here we go. Let's have a little look here. Share screen. This will stop Joe's screen sharing. Okay, sweet. YouTube. So if you want to go and see what I was up to for several years, you can go to YouTube and you can type in Occupy NZ Media. One word. And then you have to make it search for the correct term. And then lo and behold, you find 115 videos. And this is all various interviews I did with different people, live coverage from MOT, cool. TPPA, No Way events, coverage from the last election, yeah, I mean, there's interviews with a lot of people that you see. That's Marama Davidson. There's many interviews with Laila Hare. There's Hone Harawira. There's awesome other activists and members of crowd at various actions. We have John Minto. We have Selwyn Manning. We have Kim.com. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of content. And then, and there's Chris. There's an interview I did with Chris about GCSB spying in 2014. Another interview with Lila, coverage from GCSB movement, an interview with Boots Riley, the American activist and rapper Boots Riley. Tons and tons and tons of stuff. You can keep yourself occupied for a long time. Russell Norman, Bomber Bradbury. Yeah, you could spend many hours watching all of this footage. Actually, there's so much stuff. But if we go back up here and we type Shihad, we should be able to see my coverage of Shihad. Now, I think the sound will probably be really terrible when I try and play it through my speakers because I don't have any direct sound.
The share option allows you to do direct sound, right? When I go to share, there's an optimized for, real time. Yeah, I don't know. Give it a go.
Really? How is my?
When you in the share screen, there's like an optimized for full screen video and audio button on at least my client. Either way, hit play. It'll probably work.
Audio options?
We can't see it.
No. Okay, so excuse me if this sounds like crap, but here is 3 minutes and 39 seconds of Think You're So Free, which was the first single from the 5i album by Shihad, which for those who don't know, Shihad is the greatest rock band in the history of New Zealand. They've released, just look them up. They've released more than a dozen albums in the last 30 years. They're also my friends. I've been following them and interacting with them since I was 13 years of age, which is 10 years ago.
Hey, Suze, before you go live, where in the menu do you want needs to go? In between news and live, or?
Probably just before contacts, like needs and then contacts.
Yeah. So world and contact. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, that's right. I was lying and saying it's only been 10 years that I've been following them. It has been 23 years that I've been following them. And they're just amazing. And they released an album that was entirely about the Five Eyes network and the way that our rights and our privacy were being impinged upon. And they won Rock Album of the Year for that. And they had hundreds of thousands of Kiwi teenagers walking around singing lyrics about Waihopai Spy Base and the GCSB. So this is from footage I took from the front row, of course, which I shouldered my way into at the one of the first gigs on that tour. So here's hoping it sounds all right. And that is Carl Krugenberger on the right-hand side. He's my favourite New Zealand bassist of all time. And Tom Larkin on the drums.
Maybe try muting your speakers, Susie. Maybe that will make the audio clear. I think it's self-cancelling itself.
I was afraid for my own privacy. There was none. And we still think we're so free. And there's Carl. Woo! And that is the crowd screaming every lyric at the top of their lungs.
Nice. It's too wide, Susie. I can't make it fit.
That's too wide.
Yeah. We need to squish up all these menu items. Eh? No, sorry. The needs page.
Oh, the needs page.
Yeah. Just a musical interlude while I'm working, right? Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant the YouTube video was too wide.
But yeah, maybe just try muting your speakers, like the output of your speakers, and see if then the audio comes clear. I think the audio cancellation is just trying to cancel out the song because it's hearing you speak.
Okay, well, I would strongly recommend that people just go look up the name of that video if they are interested in seeing it, because it probably just comes through as noise, unintelligible noise. So what's about to happen in that video in the next 60 seconds is that they very famously chant in the middle of the musical interlude to the song the letters G, C, S, B, which is probably the coolest thing to ever happen to the actual GCSB. I can only imagine how it feels to work for the GCSB and have heard this song come out.
I posted a link to the YouTube in the YouTube chat, so yeah,
Cool.
you can watch along at home.
And the video ends with the letters GCSB, so I'll turn it up just for this last 15 seconds.
Hey!
And that was definitely by far the most epic moment in Kiwi music history, in my opinion.
One of the most epic moments I remember of, musically and internet partily was Party in Wellington when Kim.com came on stage. That was just awesome. It was such an awesome night. We should so totally have another party.
Did they have
What do you
some
reckon?
design in
Yeah. It was slightly different bands in each area, depending who it was. But yeah, it was a full on night. I don't know. It was probably about 4 a.m. when I got home. It was just epic.
I've got footage of the Auckland party because I went and covered that as well.
Yeah.
And that's where the famous photo of Kim, Chris Young, and Miriam Perrard came from that event. That was a photo I took at that event, which the New Zealand Herald then published without photo accreditation, making it look like the photo was by Rachel Glucina, when in fact it was my photo that they had stolen online, in fact. But yeah, there were some really amazing moments in the 2014 campaign. And I think that there will be some really amazing events coming up in this campaign. I think at the moment, some people are looking at our live streams and assuming that this is all that there is to come, and they're going to get a big shock and surprise, because this is definitely going to very different places than just the live stream.
Yeah. So did I hit save? Have a look at internet.org.nz. It doesn't quite fit, eh?
Maybe just send through. Oh, the menu doesn't fit. I mean, what needs to happen with the menu, Joe? Is that house symbol, house graphic, needs to move up to the left of the Internet Party logo in the header. It shouldn't be a menu option.
Yeah, I think they all just need a bit less space. There's heaps of space in between everything, and it just needs to crunch that space. It just needs to be fully justified, I think.
I'm just having a look.
But that's deep in the styles somewhere. Okay, I might find it.
Can you remove the house button just for now? And then ask Ron to do the padding, to reduce the padding.
So that's that one. Bear with me.
So, but don't delete the house button, just remove it, because I think that house button would look really great just sitting to the left of the logo in the header, because the header is static and then people can access it from any page on the site, obviously.
So if we go over here, Did that work? So it is now no home, but we still don't fit. At least not on my screen.
So okay, well then just if you know how to reduce the padding yourself, then go for it. But otherwise, fire an email through to Ron and ask him to fix it. But for now, let's go to the next page.
Yeah, I need to go and figure out.
Cool, this is great. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'll need to figure out his styles.
His
Maybe
code
it's one of these.
His code is so clean. Like I assume that you've seen that for yourself.
He's had to he's had to because we wouldn't let him use a CMS. He's had to bring in a bunch of frameworks, and it's not his code in many cases. That's the but so news. It's the news links, right? Do they have padding? No, they don't. Margin right, margin left. No, it's not that. Whatever. You don't want to live debug code with me, do you? And we wanted to end our stream on a high note. We have a needs link, and we will make it work.
And we'll make the menu look pretty again.
Yeah.
But for now,
so,
that's
yeah.
Okay. So your homework, Joe, is to get the needs for the tech team in, and we will ask Bill about the needs for the ground team.
Yeah, he's already been asked, so it's probably just a matter of us actually responding. It's a weekend. Yeah, I suppose
he's at a gig at the moment, so
yeah.
He's in Dunedin, I think, doing a gig.
Oh, nice.
That'll be why.
So yeah, I think what is it about there? We turn into desktop mode. Before that, it's mobile mode, and yeah, I mean mobile mode. I want to make this slightly transparent in mobile, but yes, that's just me. You can see that, Suze.
Yeah, it's sweet. The mobile's perfect. Yeah. Mobile doesn't need to be.
Oh, I don't like this big banner. I want it transparent so I can see the stuff underneath, like the whole banner, right?
You gotta be careful with transparency. Transparency often seems like believe me, I'm a big fan of it. I've used it a million times in my design work, but it is off. It can create more problems than it's worth, or the effect that you want to get from it is often not the effect that you get from it. In my experience.
There you go. Disappear the color. Does that work?
No.
No, maybe not. Yeah. Anyway.
Absolutely not.
So you need a 4K screen, right? To do this. Where is it? Come on. Make it bigger. Bigger. No, it doesn't even. It needs to know about width. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Send it to Ron because he'll be able to fix that in seconds.
It'll take him 2 seconds.
Yeah, really, he'll do it so fast.
It'd be cool if our website actually went up to 4K because there's all this blank space that big. You can't even see it on the screen because it's bigger than my screen.
We haven't asked Ron to resize for TVs, but we could. We definitely could. Cool. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So we can visually see what yesterday we were just talking about. So that's really good progress. Yeah. So next step will be to do the live page, the resources page, and then I think we will actually be finished most components of the site development, at least until we are.
And I can mark website updates complete.
The portal functionality, but the portal functionality is something we won't be doing in one day.
Well, it's just adding that social integration, so it'll come with the CRM stuff. So yeah.
I consider OAuth to be different from portal functionality. So yes,
like portal, like when you zap the walls and you can walk through. Portal functionality on our website.
OAuth is the login. It's the authentication protocol. but it is not the portal functionality. There's another whole set of functionalities yet to be developed.
Ooh,
And we are developing it because it's not just
coming
about the
soon.
campaign. We are going to have the most awesome political party website for all the years to come. So
Bring it on.
okay, thanks guys for sticking around with us this long.
And thanks, Colin, as well for joining us.
Colin, have you got any words for us, particularly around Auckland members, Auckland-based volunteers, meetups, etc.? The floor is yours.
The next one will be at the end of this month. I will be posting that this weekend. And apart from that, it's good night from me and good night from him.
Awesome.
Colin, how should people contact you?
Oh, well, if they're on the meetup, they can message me directly, and if they're on Discord, then I sit on there most nights and just see what's happening. That's probably about the easiest ways to get hold of me.
Okay, and also it's just occurred to me, do we have the meetup details on the contacts page of our website?
No, there's a bunch of other things that I want to add to the contacts page. For example, our media, our on the ground Snapchat. When we get that live,
the Snapchat, yeah, that'll be
yeah,
really cool.
snap codes and bits and pieces. So yeah, we'll make that happen. Because at the moment our contacts page is really boring. You know, email and phone numbers. In fact, you know, come on, call us more. I like the phone calls in the middle of the night from people on the other side of the world who are just saying hi.
Really?
No, I don't.
Have you
But
got them?
yeah. No, well, when our media when Sarah's asleep, yeah, I'm on the phone and yeah. Don't call me. Come on. Anyway, it's good fun.
No,
yeah,
phone
and everyone looks at the number and like 028. Who's that? Well, that's the internet party. We have our own prefix. No, it's 2Talk, one of the finest telecommunications network in the country. No, I'm not allowed to say that on this stream, right?
Actually, they do video IP, video
do.
phones.
Yeah, they actually their client is the same client we use for Linphone. Open SIP stuff. So yeah, totally.
Very
SIP
cool.
underpins a lot of things.
Okay.
Anyway, we should wrap this up because we'll just be here for another 3 hours and we've already been half an hour more than we said, right?
I agree. Thank you for joining us, Colin. That's totally awesome. It's been great having you. Thank you, Joe, for being your awesome self as always. And we're done for today. Bye, guys.
And we'll see you in the Discord.
Yep. Bye, guys.
You are host. Remember, you are host. So you either need to pass it back or end the stream yourself.
Oh, no, I'm not host, am I?
Next stream will not be until Tuesday of next week, so just be aware. And then we will probably stream Tuesday to Saturday next week. We'll go for 5 days. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, New Zealand.
Bye. And you're now host, Susie. You can end us all.
Okay, see you guys.
Ooh.